So I haven't done one of these for a while, so I thought there's nothing really to make a proper video on, so I thought I'd just go live for a little bit, test it out now that I can actually get money from going live. I thought maybe I'll give it a go. Can't imagine people are gonna fork out their hard-earned money on me, but you never know. You do never know. But yeah, Marcus McGhee versus Petr Yan's confirmed. Very weird matchmaking, if we're gonna be honest. I don't think when Petr Yan beat the shit out of Davison Figueiredo, we were thinking, oh, I don't know, man. Like, I think we really need to see the Petr Yan versus Marcus McGhee fight, you know. I don't think that was a thought that a single soul on this earth had, but we're getting it. I don't mind the fight in a sense of Marcus McGhee's actually very old. I think he might be older than Petr Yan. He's like 34. You know, it's sort of now or never for a guy like Marcus McGhee, but I hope they do a similar matchmaking with Andreas Gustafsson. I hope he gets like a pretty. You're not getting money a little bit. Oh my god! Thank you so much, Otis, the beefy one. Holy shit! My first donation. My first fucking donation. Oh my god. Holy shit! Actual money. This is fucking awesome. I can see why people do this now. You get the first payment. You're like, oh my god. But holy shit. Fucking I can't understand how like there's streamers who don't react when they get like sent any payment whatsoever. Like there's people that get like $50 and like, oh, thanks for the super chat. Like I've just been sent $6 US. I'm like freaking out. I'm like, it's crazy. But yeah, I hope they do a similar matchmaking for Andreas Gustafsson. Because he's a very fun fighter. He's a lot older, but I seen MMA Guru with the tweet that said Andreas Gustafsson's like a nightmare matchup for Leon Edwards, and I agree. I think Gustafsson could actually beat a lot of these guys in the rankings. It's crazy because obviously he lost to that guy, that Brazilian who was meant to fight Shara Bullet, Roydhead, who's like 38-10. Jolton Ludabach. He lost to him, but it was a very close fight. I actually think Gustafsson's pretty good. Valuable, great British pounds. Yes. Shout out the UK. I could always be a UK citizen if I wanted to. Like, I could go and get dual citizenship. So that, them pounds, the mighty pound is very useful to me. So thank you so much, Otis. But yeah, I came away watching that Chaos William. Yeah, Ludabach, yeah. He lost to Ludabach, but I watched that fight back and it was very close. It wasn't like he got destroyed by any means. Like, Gustafsson was pretty good. Like, he just sort of got taken down a lot, but I don't know. I really rate Gustafsson. I know it's Chaos Williams. He's not technical or anything like that, but I can just see a guy like Gustafsson going far. He's got the Jeremiah Wells, well, not so much Wells. He was meant to fight Wells, but he's got like that Yoel Romero about him where, yeah, he got signed to the UFC later, but he's just got a style where you don't really need to be young. You know, he's got a style where he could just go in there and he could just fuck a lot of these guys up, I reckon. Samuel Silva v. Mandel Nelo on Contender Series should be fun. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for that. I still think like George Hardwick arguably won that fight. So I really do feel bad for George Hardwick in the sense of like that should have been his fight. Like he should be on Dana White Contender Series, but he's got a match up. He'll probably be better for it. I was talking to CLD because he fought Gustafsson as an amateur and apparently he's had that style for a while. Yeah, he's just, I don't know, the style it's a very smart approach to have. Like because he's got a Greco-Roman background. You're very strong. Why would you not just clinch fuck everybody? And like he's not. I hated that people were saying that he's boring or whatever, and like people were booing in the first round of the Williams fight. It's a fun style. Like people are acting like he's going in there and he's Usman versus Masvidal him, like, you know, stomping on his toe. He's actually beating the shit out of people in the clinch. Like it's very impressive. What do you think of Nazim Sadikov as a future contender? I think Sadikov's good. I could see him getting ranked. Obviously, some of his performances, you know, a bit sus, like against like a guy like Slava Claus. Going to a draw with Slava Claus in hindsight is probably not the best. And also Evan Elder was like arguably beating him. But I do think Sadikov's improving quickly. He does seem to have like some plot armor though. He's got like the Dricus Duplessis type plot armor. Like Ismail was like doing very good against him. And then he just like hits him with the perfect shot to get a doctor stoppage. I mean, Evan Elder, He got a doctor stoppage on it. I don't know. Nazim Sadikov, he's got some plot armor, so he probably will go far. I could see him having like a Drickus type run where people underestimate him a little bit. Like I think he's gonna knock Motter out. I'm pretty confident in that. Muhammad Ali, the former BJJ fighter, is fighting Boronovsky on down. I'm pretty keen for Muhammad Ali. I think he's actually very good. Very good striker. Like his kickboxing's been pretty good. Like he hasn't utilized his jiu-jitsu now. That could be a bad thing where we see him just not be able to utilize it because maybe he doesn't have the wrestling for it. But I rate him. I think he's a pretty good prospect for light heavyweight as well. Obviously destroyed Jared Gordon. Not Jared Gordon. Not Jared Gordon. Who's the other one? Who is the other Jared who was in the one who really likes feet? The guy who was he was a welterweight. It's not Jared Gordon, obviously. It's Jared Gooden. Jared Gooden, that's who it is. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, he destroyed Jared Gooden, retired him. Obviously, Jared Gooden's a welterweight, but yeah, still. Apparently, there's a big Cage Warriors announcement tomorrow, so I'm going to be Harry's next fight. Yeah, that would make a lot of sense. That would be it. I have to go get the door real quick. Oh my god. Okay, sorry about that. I had package. Actually, I'm not going to show the package because I would be doxing myself. What do you think of Slava versus McKinney? Seems destined for someone getting slapped. I honestly could see a scenario where McKinney just gets fucking kneed in the head. Did an Indian deliver? No, he was actually Australian dude. Actually, might be Scottish. I don't know. The guy was white. Let's just say that he was a white delivery man. So yeah, the post is always overwhelmingly here in Australia. It's either an old white guy or it's a Chinese guy. You don't really see too many Indian postmen. Normally that's for the food delivery places. Apparently there's a big. Oh yeah, I read that. Yeah, Harry Hardwick. I'm surprised he's not got Dana White Contender Series shot. You would have thought that Harry Hardwick would have done enough. Like he's on a good streak of things. I could see Nazim Sadikov beating Paddy Pimblett, to be honest. I still don't rate Paddy Pimblett as highly as some people do. I don't rate Chandler, so it's like a, just a fucking back and forth of people not rating people. They got Chisin Blair another shot. Oh my god. They're giving a lot of weird people some shots, like that guy who lost to Rodolfo Bellato, the Dagestani guy. They're giving him a shot after he had one fight after he lost to Bellato, and it was against like a 0-4 guy, and they're giving him another shot. It's weird because there's a lot of like good prospects from Dagestan and from that region of the world, but they seem to go with like what you know. Hey, listen, quick, they're coming for me. I have to give you the source. Oh my god. Quick, tell me, what is it? I don't know what's going on with Luke Riley. Campbell's chili. Remember the chili. Canned Campbell's chili. Okay. I will remember that. The canned Campbell's chili. Okay. I've got it stuck it's in my head. Canned Campbell chili. Before the end of this stream, I will mention canned Campbell's chili. Okay. I don't know what's going on with Luke Riley, to be honest. It might be visa issues again. Yeah, that would make a lot of sense. Because, he obviously... he should be he should be just signed. It should be Kevin Valhos versus Luke Riley. Like, obviously, you're killing off a prospect in a way, but that fight was just going to be a banger. Obviously, that was booked at one point. Subbed for being a chili W. Yeah, thank you. I do love chili. Like, this is a big thing about me. Even in my dating app bios, it says lover of things spicy. It's a double-edged sword because the girls will either say, "Oh, I'm a spicy girl," or they say, "Oh, what's your definition of spicy?" So it's like a win-win. Trust. Sam Patterson beats Colby. I could see that. I don't rate Colby at this point. Colby's like he's a bygone. He's a relic of a bygone era, I reckon. He's not someone who's going to have any success at this point in his career, I don't think. like he's done. Like Colby's washed. He's got no power. He's got no damaging ability at all. He doesn't have submissions. He's just got cardio. And at this point, people's takedown defense and all that sort of stuff, he's just not got the style to utilize it. He's slower. He's taking so much damage as well. Like I don't think I think there is a scenario where Colby never wins a fight again. So yeah, I can see Sam Patterson beating him. Uh, they got Bayazanga, Susakayev, and Abdulrahman Shakhayev that are very good. Yeah, I've heard of them. They're the French. Are they the guys from is it Aries Combat? The French promotion. I think they fight for the French promotions, right? Because those names look very familiar. One of them's a flyweight, I think. I could be wrong on that, but yeah, I've heard of those guys. I've heard they're pretty good, and I know that they're on there. I hope Bill Curry gets in this year because he's a great personality. Didn't he already? Wasn't it announced that he's getting another Dana White Contender Series shot? I swear, wasn't that already announced, or did he have his second opportunity and lose again? I can't remember. Can you do a fight companion for Tanabosa versus Vinicius Moreira? Is it actually happening? Please tell me that's actually happening. Tanabosa will actually knock him out. But, yeah, he's in, but I mean, I hope he wins this. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, the guy he fought last time out was, he went in and he lost to that, all these names are like ringing off names out of nowhere. Like, he lost to the guy, the Mexican-American dude he lost to on UFC. Like, Santos is the guy who beat him. Yeah, Ozzy Diaz, that's it. Like, Ozzy Diaz is sort of like a shitter Sean Strickland, I feel like. Very similar style. I don't know where I'm going with this, but I just wanted to mention it. Like, I was a big Ozzy Diaz believer at one point, believe it or not. Before he got destroyed by Joe Pyfer, I watched a bunch of his LFA fights. I was like, damn, this guy got the middleweight belt at LFA. That means he's destined for the UFC because every single middleweight who wins the belt in the LFA, they get signed. Like Gregor Rodriguez, and that's the only example I can get off the top of my head right now. But obviously there's been others. But yeah, I remember thinking, oh, Ozzy Diaz, he could be something. He could be something one day. And then obviously gets in the UFC. Fights a light heavyweight where he looks like a, bagged milk, like physically. He gets knocked out, unfortunately for him. But I just remember being a believer in Ozzy Diaz. There's sometimes prospects don't come along. Rodriguez, Brendan Allen, Heinich, Anders, Marcus. Yeah, exactly. All them guys were LFA champs. Like it's a good pipeline to get to the UFC. While it's like the best promotion. I feel like if you want to be a successful UFC fighter, you got to come in through LFA, like an American fighter. Fluffy, yeah, exactly. Fluffy. And then even like a lot of heavyweights and American fighters like Derek Lewis, Curtis Blades, all of these guys started off on LFA, I believe. I mean, Derek Lewis just went all around the place. It's crazy when you look at like heavyweight as well. Like you would think heavyweight's improved, but you got like Derek Lewis knocking out like the guys like Curtis Blades and other like good prospects. Like, and then he's got losses back in like 2010 or wherever it was against like old veterans of the sport from like the old tough days. Like it's just crazy. Like I swear heavyweight improves, but only for like two fighters. You get like the one special guy who knows how to throw a front kick to the body. Like, oh shit, this guy's a pretty good. He's a crafty vet. This guy's gonna go far. Brendan Allen has mid grappling and no submission variety. He goes for one choke. Yeah, Brendan Allen, I was also high on at one point in time, but unfortunately not. Unfortunately, he just lost a bunch. Like, I do think he'll actually have a lot of success against Marvin Vettori, but I actually could see Marvin Vettori winning that fight. I was picking when the first fight was first announced the first time. I was picking him to win, and I could honestly see a scenario where Marvin Vettori chins him because he gets knocked out by guys who don't have power at all. It's just a weird thing that Brendan Allen has. He sometimes has a good chin, but then other times he's getting sparked out cold by Sean Strickland. So he's just one of those weird fighters you just don't know where his chin is at. Like, has he got a good chin? Has he got a bad chin? I would lean towards the bad one though. Justin Tuffer is 4-5, one no contest, and will be on his 6th pay-per-view main card this month. Yeah, I don't know where all the love for Justin Tuffer comes from for the UFC, but yeah, it's a weird thing. It's a weird thing. Like, I don't know what he's done like to get all these opportunities. Like, there's other, like, I feel like there's more fun fighters out there that they could be getting all these opportunities, especially even at heavyweight. Like I don't know, I don't know if Justin Tuff's management got him like a deal where he can only be on the main card of pay-per-views. Like he's got like the Bo Nickel fucking deal. Thoughts on Laura Sanko versus Nina Drama? I reckon Laura Sanko first round scissor. I reckon she gets her. She scissors her out of there. Gets the tap. Scissors her out cold. I reckon. Uh, but yeah, I'd love to see that fight. You know, middleweight logic. Hermanson eating every pie for shot, but getting dropped by Vittori. Yeah, that would that is like generally the most middleweight thing that could ever happen. Like Hermanson gets chinned by every single powerful guy he fights, but he somehow just powers through every pie for shot. A guy who dropped Kelvin Gastelum like 2 or 3 times. Like, that is just the most middleweight thing ever. The reason it's such a shit division is it's literally got mid in the name. Like, it is just the most mid division, so that, you know, it makes sense. If fun is the reasoning, that just whack Hyder Emil versus Jose Delgado on the main card. I'm pretty excited for that fight. You know, I reckon one day we'll probably see. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I reckon one day we'll see Hyder Emil versus like a Kevin Valhos or even a Luke Riley. Could you guys imagine Luke Riley versus Hyder Emil? That's like the most fun fight you can imagine. You know, that's like the type of fight where you just sit back, you don't score it, you just like see how it goes. It would be an absolute car crash. Hyder is kind of older, I think. Yeah, he is like 34, but he's like one of those, like, he looks after himself. You know, like you can tell he's not just you know, going out drinking, partying and stuff like that. Even though he is a part of the Scrap Pack, I reckon he's like he'll actually get pretty far at least. Yeah, Emran's Somaz was very gassy as well, so it is weird that Hyder didn't just like break him towards the you know, by TKO or something like that. Like honestly, it should have been like a Billy Goff type performance, but you know, he didn't end up getting that. But I want to just mention while I'm on this stream is I don't know what the fuck the UFC are doing with their matchmaking lately, but they really need to hire somebody else. Like I don't know if they're using Chat GPT to get like these matchups, but I don't know. We're seeing some real dog shit booking lately. Don't mind me as I eat some Jester's chips. I swear Eric Anders is on like a fucking if he loses he retires type thing, because I swear he said he was going to retire like 2 fights ago. He's got the whole fucking Ric Flair versus Shawn Michaels contract from like 2008. If he loses his fight, you're cut, you're fired, you're done. Like it's gonna be like Eric Anders, like he's gonna keep winning somehow. He's somehow gonna like beat CLD, which I don't generally think will happen. I think CLD will beat him, but it's gonna some weird scenario is gonna happen. Eric Anders is gonna make his way to the belt. He's gonna have his Glover Teixeira type of run. We're gonna see Eric Anders sleeping fucking Hamzat Chimaev, and then he's gonna sleep Dricus out cold. I can see it. I could matchmake better than them. Yeah, I feel like anybody could. At this point in time, it doesn't take a real genius to know, maybe we could just wait a little bit and give Petr Yan, Umar Nurmagomedov. Like, to be fair, I don't hate the fight with Marcus McGhee too much. It keeps them both active, but like, where is the the build up to Marcus McGhee? Marcus McGhee beat Jonathan Martinez, and he gets this. Like, I don't know, it's weird. What do you think of Gutierrez versus Valentin? I actually think Valentin's got a good shot there. I like Gutierrez as a prospect. I think he's very good. I don't believe he's 22 years of age. There is no way I'm older than that guy. I'm just gonna put that right out there. I'm not dissing the guy or anything like that, but he definitely came to I think he's from France, isn't he, or wherever he moved to. He definitely came there on like a really like some dodgy visa, because I do not believe that man is older than me. There is no way he was born in 2002. I'm just gonna put that right out there. But I think Gutierrez is very good, very athletic dude. But I don't know. Valentin's a very good striker, and like we did see Gutierrez got taken down when he fought that Korean guy in Dana White Contender Series. He's from Cameroon. Yeah, I know he's from Cameroon. But I think he moved to France, didn't he? Or does he actually? I don't think he fights out of Cameroon. I know he is Cameroonian because people say he's like the middleweight Francis Ngannou. But yeah, I think he'll probably beat Valentin. But Valentin's not got like a horrible chin, and Valentin is uh very very well rounded. Even though his takedown defense didn't look very good against uh oh my god, Torres Finney. I do think he can find a way to get that fight done. Like maybe if Gutierrez takes him down, I can see him getting triangled or something like that. But I reckon Gutierrez will probably win a decision. I reckon Valentin's pretty tough. Or he at least get dropped a couple times. I could see it being like very similar to Gregory Rodriguez versus Dusko Todorovic, where he wins by just knocking him down a bunch, but Valentin's really tough, so he survives. Marcus McGhee, Yan is a banger, but Yan should be fighting at the top of the division. Yeah, he absolutely should. Like, I don't know. It should be like Cheeto Vera versus Mark Dusko Todorovic. Holy shit! Could you imagine Cheeto Vera versus Dusko Todorovic? No, it should be yeah. It should be Cheeto versus like McGee or something like that. I feel like I don't know. There was so many better fights you could have made, but at least it's not Zahabi versus Yan because that probably would have been the next thing they're doing. Zahabi's on his fucking generational run at like 38 years of age, uh, which is crazy to me. Like I didn't think Zahabi beat Jose Aldo, but the fact that he came back from like getting kicked in the head to get a sus decision is crazy. Like I remember there was a point in time where he was getting beat by like some very horrible level of competition. Now Zahabi is like up there as like he's on in like his uh, dark horse run. Like I think if they do Zahabi versus Cheeto Vera, I would actually pick Zahabi to win. I reckon. Like I think that's a bad matchup for Cheeto. Like I don't know, just seeing Zahabi in a title fight is just fucking like blowing my mind. Like he's like a fight or two away. He looks so sick at football. Is that Gutierrez? Is that Gutierrez at football? Oh, that Zachary Reese Dusko fight took weeks off my life. Yeah, that shit was horrible. that was one of the most middleweight fights of all time. Cheeto would lose every round and spinning wheel kick his head off in the last minute of round 3. I would agree, to be honest. Like, I feel like he would lose every single round, get taken down. Zahabi, he starts taunting him a little bit, maybe. He's like, yeah, like, starts yelling in his face. The next minute, he just gets front kicked, KO'd, out cold, knocked unconscious in front of his family, knocked out in front of GSP in his corner. Like, I could just see it. I could see it. Imagine telling someone in 2019 that Ayman Zahabi and Steve Garcia would be on insane win streaks. Yeah, it does boggle the mind that Steve Garcia has gone on to knock all of these guys out when he was getting like arguably he got like knocked down twice by the absolute goat Charlie Ontiveros. He got knocked out by Mahashate. Had like I think he lost to Luis Pena, didn't he? And now he's just going in there and smoking everyone. He's probably going to smoke Kelvin Guitar, who's like super duper washed. It's just MMA is just what a beautiful sport. He's on. I think he has the record for most knockouts in a row at featherweight. Or if he knocks out Qatar, he definitely will break that. What are they gonna do with my boy Chris Duncan? I reckon Duncan will probably fight in the UK next. I don't think there is a UK card announced or anything like that. But I could see them doing. Honestly, I could see them doing Chris Duncan versus Tom Nolan in Australia. I don't know. I could just see it. I can picture the vision in my head. Both are on like decent streaks. People forget, man. Holland got lucky against Ontiveros. Exactly. Ontiveros wins that fight most times out of 10. Like, let's not forget, he dropped Holland with a fucking crescent kick. Which fight picks are you feeling the most confident in this week? I'm pretty confident. I know this is going to be a cop out, but I'm super confident that Chris Matinho is getting knocked down in the first round. I know that's probably not the pick most people want to hear, but I just see that. But if we're talking like maybe underdogs, I think Cody Durden is. I'm pretty confident as an underdog, Cody Durden will win this. I know Jose had a good fight against Kavanagh, but Kavanagh's a striker. I think somebody like Durden will actually go in there and wrestle him. And like, yeah, he comes from a good gym. I think he trains out of shoot box, but takedown defense has never really been a best part of a lot of these Peruvian fighters' games. And I could just see Durden winning like a wet blanket decision. Kata hasn't been the same since the Holloway beating. He took life-changing damage. Yeah, it was that, but then he came back, beat Giga Shikadze, and then against Arnold Allen, he just tore his leg, and it's like, oh, yeah, well, that's that's it for him. To be fair, Kata might have a chance stylistically against Garcia with his granite chin. That is a good. That is a good point. I could see Steve Garcia going out there, landing big bomb, big bomb, and then eventually he's gassed out, and then Calvin Guitar just elbows him in the dome. Like I really could just see that happening. It might have been boring as fuck, but looking back on it, Makayev's run name wise was pretty good. Yeah, like he's beat some pretty good guys. Like people don't do that to Cody Durden normally in like the first 30 seconds. And then obviously Charles Johnson, that fight was horrible, one of the most horrible fights I've ever seen. But the Charles Johnson win is really good, especially because that guy has such good takedown defense. To be fair, he still didn't get many takedowns on him, but Charles Johnson, Manel Cape, like he did like as much as he may be boring. They got to get my guy back in the UFC eventually. I think he's learned his lesson. Apparently he was a bit of a dick to some of the people, but like I don't know. You got to give him his chance now. Like, surely the guy's learned. But I still don't think Makayev's, like, the best in the world or anything. I think Pantoja would beat him. I think, honestly, and this might be a crazy take, but I think Joshua Van's, like, actually a very tough matchup for a guy like Makayev. Like, Van's got very good grappling defense, good body shots, pressures forward a lot. Obviously, maybe Makayev can just big brother him because Joshua Van is pretty small for flyweight, which is, like, crazy to say. But I think Joshua Van could give him some challenges. I do think Royval is going to beat Joshua Van, though, that being said. MMA is such an odd sport. A fighter cannot be good and then randomly in the middle of their career just be good. That's very true. I mean, look at and then like another thing is though, like fighters can be bad, but then they just beat like a very good fighter. Like look at Adrian Martins. Do an interview with Bedtime MMA. What it do? Bedtime MMA. I mean, I would. I was thinking about this because he follows me. He follows me on Twitter. If he would be down, I would interview Bedtime MMA for sure. Like we follow each other on Twitter. A lot of people have commented on my videos and said, like, you sound like Bedtime MMA. I don't agree. I think we have very different Australian accents. He's Queenslander. I'm a West Australian. But yeah, I'd definitely interview Bedtime MMA, Gotta give him a shout out. Bedtime, I mean, I'm giving him a shout out. His fucking account is like fucking 100 times my size, so I'm not shouting him out. He's definitely the one with the following. So yeah, definitely, of course, I would interview him. He's got a much bigger following than me, but he does seem like a nice guy as well. So obviously, Bedtime touched me. Well, oh my god. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Otis. Yeah, that wasn't on my bingo card. But yeah, shout out Bedtime though. He had some pretty good picks a few cards ago. We were up there on the UFC fight prediction card. Like it was back to back. It would be two Aussies near the top. So shout out to Bedtime. People overrating Joshua Van's grappling, or is he just crazy talent? He's only been grappling for like a year. Kind of crazy if he could hang with Makayev. I think his grappling's not great, but like I just think his takedown defense and get ups are really good. Like obviously I don't think he's a guy who's gonna go out there and sub him or anything like that. But I think it would be like I think he would propose a lot of problems for a guy like Makayev. He did his Drickus impression while doing it. Oh my god. Kai Kara France would beat Makayev. I 100% agree. And I'm not biased or anything. I'm Australian. He knocked out my boy Steve Erceg. But I do think that he would be a tough stylistic matchup for a guy like Makayev. Because we just know Kai Kara France, he's built like a fucking tractor. Like he's short, but he's very stocky. It's hard for a tall guy like Makayev to get on the legs of a short guy like that who's got such strong hips. He'll stay on the feet. Makayev will try and clinch up against him and stuff like that, but I just think we'll see Kai Kara France body head. Like Kai Kara France is very similar to like a Buckley. He's like a Buckley at flyweight in my opinion. Good grappling defense, heavy hands, has very similar movement. Obviously doesn't have as many kicks as a guy like Buckley, but I feel like he throws hands very similar to Buckley. And yeah, I think that he would be able to catch Makayev. Also, to the guy who asked what my most confident pick is, actually, I think I'm very confident Buckley's going to beat Usman. I think it's a stylistically nightmare matchup for a 38-year-old Usman to get past at this point in his career, especially after a 2-year layoff. Makai versus Prime Mark Henry. I don't know, man. I don't think Makai's taken the world's strongest slam. Like I feel like he would get ragdolled. Like he shoots a takedown, it's getting counted into the world's greatest slam. Let's be real. Yeah, I got Garbrandt. I think Garbrandt's gonna beat Barcelos. I think it's a bit of people overrating Barcelos beating Peyton Talbot, and I think people overrating Peyton Talbot. Because when you think about it in the grand scheme of things, he is a good striker, but we did see. I'm very scared to say this guy's name. Nick Aguirre. Aguirre. I said Aguirre. I'm very. We've seen Nick Aguirre take down Peyton Talbot quite a lot, and wrestle fuck him for 2 rounds. So I don't really rate Barcelos. I don't think Barcelos can use that same game plan against a Garbrandt. Garbrandt's got very good takedown defense. Uh, so yeah, I actually think Garbrandt can actually get this one done, and he could. I could see him knocking out Barcelos. This seems like a fight where he would like sort of style on him a little bit. It just seems like a very good stylistic matchup. I think I speak for the entire MMA community when I say we are rubbing our hands for Mansour versus Brundage. There are so many people picking Brundage for this fight, and I just don't see it. We seen the last time Brundage fought a very athletic African man. I think Mansour's from American, but I'm pretty sure he's of a West African background. But last time we saw him against a very athletic, powerful West African, we seen him get quit to back of the head shots. I think Mansour's is just a more polished Abdul Razak Al Hassan. I think he will probably knock out Cody Brundage. But who knows? Maybe Brundage gets his signature fucking guillotine or slam KOs Mansour somehow. I mean, Nick Klein almost KO'd fucking Mansour, so maybe Brundage can get it. I do sort of see the vision, but I reckon Mansour will get it done. And ironically, Garbrandt is a decent matchup from Rob. I agree on paper. He'd definitely stuff a lot of the takedowns, but he'd probably get fucking chinned if we're going to be honest. Like, Marab would probably gas him out, and we're just gonna have Garbrandt would be swinging his head, yeah, come on, he's yelling at him, and then he'd just get fucking put out cold by fucking Marab. I can just see it. I can see him he's ducking, he's moving, he's landing big shots on Marab, and he's just tired. He's huffing, he's puffing, and he just sort of gets broken with the most fucking awkward strikes you've ever seen in your life. Last week, I met the devil himself on the crossroads outside my village, and I sold my left testicle for him to book Jacob Malkoun versus Ali Shakab Kizrayev. I don't know where both of them guys are. I know Malkoun's injured, but Kizrayev's just fighting fucking obesity with Tai Tuivasa. Maybe we're going to see something come out where it's Kizrayev's just hanging out at the same fat camp as Tai Tuivasa. That's where they've both been. Because, I don't know why Kizrayev's so inactive. He was actually a hyped up prospect. Used to be a lightweight. Now he's just a fat, really fat middleweight. It makes no sense. I think he's going to take his stocky power puncher to chin Marab. Just a rambling in exchange when Marab mistimes a takedown. I'm thinking about, if we're thinking, tough stylistic matchups for a guy like Marab, I think, what's that guy's name? He beat Sedna Magomedov. Oh my god, his name is Oliveira. Vinicius Oliveira. I think Vinicius Oliveira has he has a good chance to beat Marab just because he's so powerful. Has good takedown defense. The thing is, though, I don't think good takedown defense works against Marab because he will just keep shooting. I feel like you need someone who's a good sprawler, someone who gets up instead of is trying to stuff every takedown. Because you are going to get tired. That is his fucking jab. But, Marab doesn't throw jabs. He shoots takedowns. Every takedown, he's not trying to get you down with the first attempt. He's trying to gash you out. Kizrayev was getting comboed by short notice Tulin. Yeah, he was. Also, the most interesting edit I ever seen was after that fight, somebody made a fucking Kizrayev edit with the song from the fucking, I don't know if you remember in GTA 5, when you'd go to the fucking Vanilla Unicorn, the strip club, they would always play that fucking basic song where every single time I swear you'd go there, they'd play that song. I seen an edit where somebody made an edit of Kizrayev with the fucking GTA stripper song playing in the background. Most random edit ever. Like you got this conservative Dagestani Muslim dude, and you just got fucking GTA 5 fucking you got GTA 5 fucking music, like stripper music playing. It was boggles the fucking mind why anyone would think to make an edit like that, but I don't know. Instagram's just built differently. I remember when Instagram used to be full of fucking Hamza Chimaev and like Angelina Jolie like fucking edits where people would like it would be like fucking Hamza like winking or whatever, and the next minute it'd be fucking Angelina Jolie like blushing. It was so weird. Fun fact: current 2 division Octagon champion Will Flurry got flatlined by Alan Amadosky in under a minute on Bellator. What the fuck? I didn't know that was a fucking thing. Who do you think Salkeld gets next? Oh, I had a matchup that I really wanted to see. I mean, he's fought an Indian. He's fought an Israeli. I mean, you could just give him Benoit Saint Denis if we're going off fucking meme countries, but I would like to see him fight. Who did I have? I had like maybe him versus Rongzhu. That could be a good fight. I think Rongzhu is booked against somebody. He might even be fighting this fucking card, right? No, I don't think he's fighting this card, but Rongzhu, I could see that. That'd be a good fight, I reckon. Or maybe like Jai Herbert. There's like, I don't know, there's some interesting matchups you could give him. If Natan Levy was still in the UFC, I would say do Salkeld versus Natan Levy, but obviously Levy got cut. There's so many random Bellator prelims from years ago that would baffle you. Yeah, Derek Lewis fought on there before. Like, he fought on Bellator. Billy Goff fought like a fucking Gracie on there. Vinicius Oliveira could definitely catch Merab because Oliveira main problem is his striking defense, but against Merab that's not as much of an issue. Exactly, like I think Vinicius Oliveira is a tough matchup, and this is going to come off as very, very biased, but I actually think Cody Haddon, if he can fix the injuries and all that sort of stuff, I think he's a very tough matchup for a guy like Merab because he equals Merab on the cardio, but he's a much better striker, has jiu-jitsu, has good get-ups. Like if you see the fight he fought against on his UFC debut against what's his name off the top of I can't remember his fucking name. This is horrible. I think I've developed dementia on this live stream. Yeah, that's it. Argueta. Dan Argueta. Argueta is like I would say Dan Argueta doesn't have the cardio, but he's got a very durable chin. He's a very wet blanketing style. Like he's not as good as Merab, obviously, but a style like that, if you can see Cody Haddon having success there, that is like a good tune-up or, preparation type fight to fight a guy like Merab. Because I think Merab's not as durable as a guy like Argueta, so he could definitely get hurt a lot more. And I think Cody Haddon has some of the best cardio in the UFC. Like that is something I will fucking die on. Against Steve Erceg, he was still pushing really hard in the third round. He took that fight on like 2-3 weeks notice, and he arguably like beat Steve Erceg, who like is a very good flyweight. Obviously, he's a bantamweight, but Haddon's very young, improving very quickly. I honestly, I think he could give Merab problems, just in the cardio, the boxing, the pressure, the takedown defense. And he would shoot on Merab too. Like, he will wrestle Merab too. He will try and tire Merab out too. Like, he won't just like strike with him. He'll try and wrestle Merab because that's a part of his game plan. He tries to tire people out by wrestling them. So I think Cody Haddon's like a sleeper for somebody who could give Merab problems if it ever came to it. I wonder how many e-girls were plotting up snail trails around their rooms while watching Salkeld next week. Oh, absolutely. Let me just say, that man fucks. Like, that's for sure. Like, he's got some fucking fangirls and a half. I was looking at the comments, so many comments. And now that he's beaten Israeli, even though people don't know Yanal Ashmuz isn't, like, Jewish, like, that would have got... He has, like, the fucking SJW, fucking e-girl, fucking community. He's got him like that. Like, they're stuck to him now for life. What do you think about Batista versus Merab? I think Batista also gives an interesting stylistic matchup because he's a much better striker than Merab. Much different, much better striker. Good grappling, good cardio. Like, I think cardio is a very underrated part of Mario Batista's game, but obviously Merab will just somehow he'll fucking ragdoll him. Thoughts on Guru comparing JDM and Salkeld to characters from Rango? What did he... How did he compare them? Like, what did he say about them? I don't know if you have Jester's Pies where you live, but they have some of the fucking best chips you'll ever get. Like, very crispy, very good. JDM is the rat people from the valley. Chippies. Jack Della, world champion. Yes, sir. Called it. I called it ever since he fought Angelusa. I was like, yeah, he's going to be champion. And it happened. I was so, like, I don't know. I had so many bookmarks saved from, like, 2021. It's crazy. Steve Ursek should have been champs because he tuned Pantoja up. Yeah, unfortunately, it's not going well for Ursek now. It was a little too soon. Like, imagine if they let Ursek build himself up a bit more. He would have just, it would have been so much better. But I pray he doesn't get chinned by Alex Perez, or I will be very sad. I called it when he beat Bilal. From that moment, I knew he'd be champ. Yeah, man. As soon as that fight ended, I was like, yeah, JDM's, he's the champ. Also, seeing Bellator PFL fighters being on Dana White is pretty rare, but there's 3 of them this year in Cody Law, Nalo, and Chanel Dyer. Yeah, I think it's because now they're realizing, like, yeah, we keep signing all of these fucking guys. Obviously, these aren't established names like Apache Mix or anything like that. But I think the UFC are probably like, okay, let's like build these guys up a little bit more. Like, we are just wasting money giving these guys massive contracts. Like, Apache Mix, I bet Dan was like, all right, let's get rid of this goofball Mario Bautista. And then instead, he comes out like a fucking bobblehead for 3 rounds. Kai Kara France gonna knock out Pantoja. I actually think Pantoja is gonna lose to Kai Kara France, but I reckon it'll be a decision. I think it's a tough matchup for Pantoja, and people are gonna say, "Oh well, Pantoja, he beat him on The Ultimate Fighter." You watch that fight. Like, that fight was fucking bullshit. It was clearly 1-1. It was clearly 1-1, but they just straight gave Pantoja 2 rounds, even though he was gassing and he was getting broken in the second round. If that happens, it would have gone to a 3rd round where Pantoja is so gassed, and I think Kai Kara France would have won. So I reckon Kai Kara France is actually maybe going to get it done. I don't think Kai Kara France is going to be a long-term champion by any means. I reckon Kai Kara France would probably lose it in the first title defense if he fights like a Joshua Van or a Royval rematch. But I reckon he beat Pantoja. But I reckon Pantoja will get the belt back from whoever beats Kai Kara France. Roundtree putting Jamal out. Yeah. I reckon he will. I reckon he was washed. Too many injuries. And he took so much damage his last 2 fights. But Roundtree is still, I still don't think Roundtree is that great. I know he had a competitive fight with Pereira, but if you're getting put out cold by like Johnny Walker and Ion Cutelaba, I'm not going to trust you against anybody in the light heavyweight division, even if you did have a competitive fight with Alex Pereira. Colby Fitness, yeah, he's still in the UFC. It would help these Bellator guys if they had an RDR like route. Yeah, I agree. Like, we need more guys like RDR, you know. We need more tough Dutch. No, you know, I can't dick ride the Dutch too much. But, you know, it's not, you know, we need somebody like RDR. We need a full Chad like RDR. Like, I don't know. Johnny Eblin, and I know you said this, Otis, he'd probably fucking lose to, like, I don't know who you said it was. You said some, like, average middleweight. Like, I reckon Trishawn Gore would probably just fucking chin Johnny Eblin at this point. Like, there's just, I have no trust in any of these guys. The only ones I trust is Paul Hughes and, oh yeah, Bruno Ferreira, that's who it was. The only people I would trust in the middleweight division, not in the middleweight division, from Bellator or PFL is Paul Hughes and Usman Nurmagomedov. These are the only 2 I can trust. Like, AJ McKee probably fucking loses to Dan Ige. Oh. And Shamil Mazayev. He's also very good. He beat the guy who beat... Well, not beat, but he beat the guy who's tuning up Roberto Soldic. So I reckon he's a guy who could do pretty good as well. Good night, gang. Freemason. Yeah, I don't trust Eblin either. I'll pick against him if he fights somebody good in his UFC debut. Because let's not forget, he... Impression of Pena on 9/11. And I went on that plane, and I said to the pilot, my brother, you were robbed. Like, fuck you, Pena. Like, seriously, how the fuck can you say JDM robbed Bilal? Fucking... Absolute fucking sped of a thing. Pena on 9/11. Pena, it's... I don't know if any of you remember this when Mark Wahlberg said, if I was on that plane on 9/11, things would have been done a bit differently. Pena would unironically say that. Pena would be running forward like a fucking absolute sped. Hands out, chin out, played on a fucking silver platter and just get shot by like fucking Al-Qaeda. I do. The one thing though I like about Pena is that she admitted that she just got smoked by a fucking like guy on his fucking night shift when she used to work in a restaurant. I thought that was very good of her to admit that a guy would destroy her. At least she's not full Clarissa Shields. Like, I'll beat any guy. I'll beat the fuck out of any guy. Like, no, you won't. Like, absolutely no, you will not. Like, Clarissa Shields has like no knockouts against women. Like, and she thinks she would knock out like fucking men. Mark Wahlberg is such a mushroom. He's a very strange guy. Very, very strange guy. He's the Andreas Gustafsson of the acting world. Let's just say that. The only guys I would trust to do good outside the UFC are Kaita and Saladin. Yeah, I think Saladin's pretty good. Like, his only loss was like a fucking welterweight to a middleweight, and he's like a featherweight naturally. So he'd do pretty good. Kaita was calling out Kevin Valhos. That would be a pretty sick fight if they could get that booked, but I don't reckon it'll happen, but you never know. That'd be a pretty good fight. That'd be one of the most highest level fights would get, like between like a sophomore appearance and a debutant. Yes, sir. George Mangos is on Dana White Contender Series. Wahlberg, same law as that old Canadian guy. Yeah, bro, that guy's law is fucking crazy. Like, wasn't that the guy who's seen like an interracial couple? He just started yelling the N-word. Like, what a fucking reason to not get in the UFC. But yeah, that guy was fucking awful. I don't know why they gave him a shot, but I'm surprised we didn't see any headlines like racist MMA fighter loses to a black fighter on Dana White Contender Series. You know, I'm surprised the media didn't run with that. Wahlberg and Bisping prowling the streets of England in 1997. I don't know how to do a Mark Wahlberg. Like, fuck, man. Like, oh, buddy. Like, I can imagine Bisping, like, fucking calling him buddy. Like, I get those well, I got a pie here as well. But I just slowly munching on the chips. But I reckon Bisping. Like, I don't know, before he was like famous. Like, no. Before I get into this, do you remember when Michael Bisping told the story where he like got into a fight with a guy in a pub, and the guy like fucking threw acid on his face like at his door? Like, am I making this up? Was it like a real story? Like, I don't know if I dreamt this or not. But Bisping was like talking on like the Believe You Me podcast where he like pissed some guy off, and some masked guy came to his door and threw fucking acid on him, like, or gasoline or some shit like that. Like, I don't know if I like dreamed this and someone broke into Bisping's house. Yeah, like, like, this actually happened, right? Like, I can't remember if I like made this up in my head or if like Bisping straight told a story where some guy attempted to like kill him because he like beat some guy up in a fucking pub fight. Yeah, Daniel Torres is not like a bad fighter either. He avenged that loss too, didn't he? Just got messaged by McGregor and he said he misses the Commonwealth connection. I was going to message you. We need to bring it back. Go live. Just chat some shit on there. Like the good old times. You know, I remember the first couple ones we made. Do you remember when we had the Bulgarian cowboy on? That one, I sometimes I rewatch that one and I just crack up laughing at some of the stuff Vlad said. Like, we're like 5 minutes into the fucking... 5 minutes into the podcast and Vlad is like fucking calling Mike Jackson a fatty and like... Not Mike Jackson, John Morgan like fat and all this stuff. That was weird. Everyone's deciding to call me today, so it's weird. Now Jack taking Islam out. Nothing will eclipse those thumbnails. Oh no, they were beautiful stuff. Do you remember when Parker Porter got fucking cut? You made like a Superman like fucking casket thing with fucking Parker Porter. That was fucking amazing. A world without Parker Porter. That was it. Yeah, that was beautiful. And now Parker Porter's back. Like, he's in bare knuckle, I think. Raul Rosas for president. Yeah, fucking the president of the fucking land. What's that fucking shit from, like, Stranger Things? It's like the land before... fuck, I can't remember. But fucking wherever... Just put Raul Rosas in wherever the fuck they got, like, animals or mutants. And make him, like, the fucking leader of Narnia. I don't know. He did win a rematch, but in the first fight, Daniel Torres threw a overhand and, like, his forehand hit Temple and put him out. Yeah, that's it. I've seen that. Yeah, that was a weird one. So long ago, I hadn't even grown the Mexican look yet. Would look a lot more similar now. Holmes. Who do you think can beat Merab? Vinicius Oliveira. Because he power. Cody Haddon, just because younger. And then Merab will probably be a bit washed by the time they fight. The Upside Down. Yeah, that's it. Make fucking Raul Rosas the leader of the Upside Down. I keep seeing Raul Rosas pop up everywhere. I watched a video on Instagram yesterday. And some woman was asking about, like, I don't know, Walmart or some other shop. And out of nowhere, Raul Rosas just popped out of nowhere. And someone goes, oh my God. And then out of nowhere, Raul Rosas is like, chee wee wee. Like, I swear that's all the cunt can say. Like, Raul Rosas in 10 years' time, after he's taken so much CTE and damage, is just going to be like, every time they talk to him, oh, Raul Rosas, how you going? Chee wee wee. Or, oh, how's your day going? Chee wee wee. Like, that's all he's going to be able to communicate. Only way he can communicate is with emotion. That's all he can say is chee wee wee, but he can only say it in different tones. I can see it. I'm calling it. Like, when he's very happy, chee wee wee. When he's really sad, chee wee wee. When he's angry, chee wee wee. Like, a shout out to him, though, because he's fucking built a brand by just making up his own word. Yeah, like a Pokemon, exactly. I wonder if Raul Rosas is rioting in Los Angeles right now. Like, you know, imagine that. Somebody will be watching the news and you'll see Raul Rosas putting like a fucking ice, like an ice fucking member in a fucking rear naked choke. Like, it wouldn't surprise me. Like, Raul Rosas fucking appears everywhere. I'm in San Francisco. They're riding here too. I don't know. Like, I feel like we need a hero. We need Sean Strickland on the riots. Like, I don't know. We need something MMA related to happen with these riots. Like, we need like a Mexican versus like a hardcore staunch like fucking border control absolutist. Just book Ozzy Diaz versus Sean Strickland or Fluffy Hernandez. I don't know. Book somebody who would be very pro, or somebody really anti-ice versus someone pro-ice, and just put them at a press conference. They use Raul's chin to carve into the side of the police car doors. I don't reckon Yair's going to get the title shot now. He's apparently injured. He might need surgery. So I reckon they're probably... honestly, and I know this is going to sound fucking crazy, but I could just see them doing a Lerone Murphy fucking Volk. Like, I don't think they will do this. Like, I don't think it is going to happen. I haven't heard anything. Would you fucking imagine, like, fucking Volkanovski versus Murphy? Like, how fucking anticlimactic that'd be. At that point, I'd be like, oh, just give it to Movzar, please. Like, for God's sake. But, yeah, I reckon Yair is probably not going to get the shot now. He's injured. We just had Pfeiffer versus Gaslam, anti-Mexico versus... That's right, yeah. Let's just put Joe Pfeiffer on the fucking battle lines. Put him in, like, a police uniform. And just let him throw some big meaty hooks at the protesters. If Yair fluked Crescent kicked Volk, I swear to God, oh my God, don't even say that. The fact that we could have a champion that lost to Washed Ortega, I would cry. Like, it just wouldn't be good. I think Mozart is booked against Dustin Laprios. If you know, you know. Nah, they should just book Mobzar against fucking Luis Pena at this point. Luis Pena, put him against War Machine. Let's just put Mobzar in a fucking maximum security prison and let him fight War Machine. Open weight. I'd rather have Gene Silver fight Volk than Yair, but just give it to Mobzar. Yeah, exactly. Did any of you see fucking the Weasel put like the nightmare matchups for Volk? He put fucking the Moroccan Devil. He put the Moroccan Devil as the third or fourth toughest matchup for Volk. I don't know why. Like, we've seen him struggle against Kata in the third round. I don't know why he would think that that would be a tough matchup for Volk by any means. But he said that Gene Silver would win. He put him at an 8, which is like, it's a significantly good matchup for Gene Silver. Like, yeah, Gene Silver, I think, probably would beat Volk at this point, but to, like, make it like a one-sided fight is fucking crazy to me. Because we still don't know how good Gene Silver is. Because Bryce Mitchell isn't, like, particularly that great. If he is fighting Arnold Allen, I feel like we will learn a lot more again about Gene Silver. I do think the guy is generally mentally ill, though. Like, I do think that whole alter ego thing is fucking batshit crazy. That's just an excuse to cheat on his wife, probably. Like, oh, yeah. It was my alter ego, I swear to God. Like, it wasn't me, it was the alter ego. It was the Lord who did it. Like, I bet he started that as a thing where he, like, accidentally... Well, not accidentally, but, you know, he probably, like, got caught cheating or something. He's like, oh, no, it wasn't me. Oh, I'm crazy. You know, it was the Lord fucking alter ego. Like, I could see that as a fucking scenario. Like, it wouldn't surprise me. But, yeah, I don't know. Gene Silver is, like, he's a fucking weird cat. Zalal lost to Zhangwu Choi. Yeah, exactly. Like, he lost to Sean Woodson, Zhangwu Choi, and then he lost to fucking Elliot Depore. But he also went to a draw with Damon Blackshear. And if you know, you know. I mean, Damon Blackshear lost to Chris Martino. So, crazy just how good is Guido Canetti, really. Thoughts on Macy Barber dumping Zalal for a literal Jeff Molina? Did that actually happen? That's fucking crazy. I was wondering if, like, because obviously she had all them health issues and all that. Like, I was thinking, imagine the scenes that she has all these health issues because, like, fucking Yusuf Zalal has just, like, I don't know, given her some sort of disease. But, mate, look at Barber's boyfriend. I haven't actually seen, I did see, oh, yeah, I completely forgot I made that my thumbnail. Yeah, that's just... Oh, yeah, it's just to give context on that bloody face. Like, a year ago, I was riding my electric scooter, and I was filming on my Snapchat. I was taking a video, and I, like, fucking fell off my fucking electric scooter, and, like, my whole arm... And I still have a little scar. This is permanent. It's been over a year. I still have it. Like, it's a permanent scar from, like, falling off my fucking electric scooter. And I just had, like, all blood on me. So I, like... Obviously, the blood's not from my face. I had, like, my fingers and everything was pissing out blood. So, like, I was touching my head like that. So that's why there's, like, so much blood on my face. It wasn't like my head was bleeding. He's fighting Shane Burgos' little brother next. Oh, I've heard that Shane Burgos' little brother is, like, pretty good as well. So that'll be an interesting fight, I guess. Is the guy Mexican? Is their boyfriend Mexican? Macy Barber's boyfriend? Because if he's Jeff Molina clone, then yeah, I'd imagine. I did see Macy Barber, though, like, throwing balls like footballs into like a hole, and she was like wearing fucking nothing in it. She was just showing off the assets. The payment, the Kangaroos and the Magpies are out for Benny. Yeah, everybody's out for me. You know, I got a lot of enemies. I'm smoking on that fucking pack, you know. Before he got into a gym and had a crack at MMA. I've trained a bit over the years, but not a fan of hard sparring, you know. If I'm going to get CTE, I want to fucking do it for money, you know. I don't like the idea of hard sparring. That's just me personally. I feel like that's how people lose their chins. Wellmaker is a minus... Holy shit, yeah. I agree with that line 100% because Chris Patino has no fucking striking defense. And Wellmaker just hits like a truck. The pavement hit his prime after 10-8ing Corey Anderson. Never forget when the wind fucking chinned him. Like, this is a true fact. I swear to God, Corey Anderson got chinned by the wind. He pulled out of a fight because he got knocked out by a gust of wind. And I'm not... This isn't me, like, being a smartass or anything like that. Corey Anderson actually, like... I don't know, just randomly went unconscious when he was walking once. Like, the wind must have, like, grazed his chin too hard. It was fucking crazy. Can Matinho last longer than Summon? He probably will. Like, he's a tough bastard. But he also got smoked so easily by Guido Canetti, so... I don't know. Hopefully, Wellmaker can take a bit of damage, you know. Let's not make it an easy fight for him. Come on. I want Chris Matinho to at least fucking give a good account of himself, because I'd be really sad, because he does seem like a nice guy. I remember after he got battered by Sean O'Malley, I remember DC went up to him, like, and he's like eating his fucking little ice cream sandwich, and he looks terrified. Like, he's just been battered by Sean O'Malley, and now he's got this big fat fucking guy, DC, about to fucking take his fucking sandwich. What do you think of Guru and DJ show? I actually reckon DJ and Guru have a lot of chemistry together. I actually reckon they're a good combo. Like, it's such a weird, it's such an odd fucking combo to have. You know, Guru and fucking DJ, but I don't know, it works well. Like, DJ's, yeah, DJ was blushing for Guru. Like, yeah, you can tell there's like love in his eyes. Anytime Guru makes a joke, fucking DJ can barely compose himself. But no, it's good. I think it's a good show. But I think they should have gone with The Fighter and the Pig. The Fighter and the Pig would have been like, that would have been an amazing name. I think that's a lot better than the Mighty Guru show, but you know, ham and cheese, yeah, exactly. Or is it Jerry that's the mouse? So like, instead of Tom and Jerry, it's like Porky and Jerry or something. I don't know. Like, I don't know, there's like so many different names you could have given it, but it's a good show. Mighty Guru. I like, if you're Guru though, of course you go with the Mighty Guru show, because it's just his fucking name in it, really, when you think about it. They missed a trick for the piggy bank with Guru and Moicano. That would have been a good one. That would have been a real good one. I'm interested to see Moicano come back, by the way. I think Beneil Dariush is like a tough matchup for him as well. I'm just going to put that out there. I was picking Dariush when they were first booked against each other. If Dariush still has like even a little bit of a chin, I think he'll win. Obviously, he got knocked out back-to-back. But Moicano's not like... He's never knocked anybody out except for Jarlin Turner. But, again, it'll be interesting. Like, I don't know, Dariush is weird. He'll just show up, he'll destroy Moicano, and then, oh, he's getting chinned by fucking Grant Dawson in his next fight. Also, I think they're going to do Bilal Muhammad versus Ian Gary. I think Ian Gary is a fucking tough matchup for Bilal. I think in a free rounder especially, I think Ian Gary might beat Bilal. Which is pretty sad because I want the Bilal win to age well for JDM, but I don't know. I think Ian Gary would piece him up. He's got good takedown defense. But in a 5-rounder, I could see fucking Bilal like breaking him like fucking Sean Brady. Apparently it's Alvarez versus Dawson next. Apparently Alvarez's team came out and said that wasn't true. But if it is, I give me Alvarez by first round fucking knockout. But Dawson just fucking finds a way to win, so he will probably just like maul Alvarez like Arman Sarukian did. It would be crazy if we just had Bilal fucking one punch KOing fucking Ian Gary. Like imagine Ian Gary does that little thing where he's like moving his head around, he backs against the fence. Bilal catches him with like a very slow fucking overhand. Like, or he catches him with the uppercut he caught fucking Leon with, and fucking you just see like Ian Gary does the Randy Brown fucking slipping on a banana peel fucking ass fall, and then Bilal gets the back of Ian Gary and he's just ground and pounding him out like he did to Wonderboy. Like that'd just be insane visuals. Bilal knocks him out. John Anik is jizzing his pants like, remember the name, and then like Ian Gary's just like crying on the ground. He's been knocked unconscious by Bilal in front of his wife and his nutritionist kid. It'd be crazy scenes. I'm not going to read that one out. I don't think I'll read that one out. But yeah, I reckon Bilal. I don't know if it's just a boxing fight though. I feel like Ian Gary's very hittable. It'd be interesting to see what approach Bilal would take, because I feel like if Bilal did get Ian Gary down, I feel like he could just hold him down there. Because let's not forget, Ian Gary was getting held down by MVP, and he only won that fight because MVP let him back up. So I can see a scenario where Bilal just holds him down if he gets in there. Because people say, oh, well, Ian Gary's got better takedown defense than Jack. Yeah, he might have maybe on a paper a better takedown defense than Jack, like initially. But like Shavkat's got mid wrestling, in my opinion. His wrestling and takedowns aren't very good. He's got very good submissions. But Ian Gary has horrible get-ups. He has no ability to get back to his feet. If he gets taken down, he's stuck there, at least from what I've seen. Yeah, I could see Ruffy knocking out Dariush. I honestly think that would be a good shot of that happening. I think he would catch him. Like, I don't trust Beneil Dariush against anybody who's got power or anything like that. But you never know. Like, I think Chandler, if Chandler wants to get back on a win streak, he could maybe catch Dariush. But again, Dariush could probably knock out Chandler too. Maul him on the ground. But I think Ruffy is going to fight Michael Chandler next. I've heard that a few people say that's in the works. I don't know how true that is. But Chandler's like getting a bit of everything, you know. He's fighting a guy with a similar personality to McGregor. Now he's fighting a guy with a similar style to McGregor. Next, he will be, fighting someone with other similar aspects. You know, he'll be fighting a serial cheater next, probably, if we're going off personality. MVP had a very underrated performance against Gary. If he wasn't dumb, he probably wins that fight. Oh, absolutely. If he stays on top of Gary has nothing for the rest of that round. Gary, I think he got up with like 2 minutes to go. Gary didn't have any ability to get back up. Like, it wasn't showing that he had any instinct to get back to his feet. He looked like a fish out of water, and that's against MVP, you know, who, you know, doesn't really have great wrestling or great grappling at all. So imagine like somebody who actually has good grappling, good wrestling on top of him. He's fucked. He's not getting back up, I reckon. I reckon MVP will beat Jared. Jared won't shoot on him. I don't think he can shoot on him either. He's very slow. The wrestling's not that great. And even though he beat Gregory Rodriguez is very, very chinny. So I could see why he won that fight. But somebody like MVP moves around very quick, so much powerfuler. Not powerfuler, sorry. But very quick, very technical. I could see Jared on the other side of the cage, and then just MVP, whoop, he's out there and boom, lands a big shot, puts out Jared. I could see it. I think Robocop's going to beat Jack Manson, but I still don't rate him too highly. I just think Hermansson's a good matchup for RoboCop. Shout out MVP though for his wife. His wife's a very beautiful lady. I keep seeing all of her Instagram reels pop up on my fucking Instagram. Like, I can't tell if MVP's wife is Moroccan or if she's South Asian. Like, because they're always in Morocco, and she looks sort of Moroccan, but then other videos and stuff, she looks like Pakistani or something. But yeah, shout out to her MVP. Because, yeah, she's a very beautiful lady. That's a good fight for him, but Pyfer would probably kill him. Oh, yeah, Pyfer would knock out RoboCop, I reckon. How much fun was that new sweet Andre? I love Andreas Gustafsson. He's my new favorite fighter. If he was like trying to get in the UFC like 10 years ago, he definitely wouldn't be signed though. Let's just say that and leave it at that. Just because of certain tattoos he may have covered up. I feel like MVP will get a highlight against Jared. Yeah, I agree. I think that Jared's probably going to get knocked out in this fight. But you never know. Jared has these weird performances. Like, as long as this fight's not as boring as Izzy versus Jared, I'm not like too fussed. But I hope like MVP will go out there, have a good performance, at least make it entertaining. Maybe, hopefully both men will. But yeah, I reckon Jared probably gets put out. His chin's just deteriorating. And yeah, he beat Gregory Rodriguez, but he still took so much damage in that fight. MVP converted to marry his wife. Yeah, I know, that always explains it. Like, I don't blame him, you know, like, some of those Middle Eastern, North African women, very beautiful, you know. I'm willing to, I mean, I don't drink or eat bacon anyway, so, like, I would, you know, I'll convert for the right woman, you know. I don't blame him for doing it. Especially, like, you know, it's a very, and plus, he's allowed another 3 wives, so, like, why wouldn't he convert, you know? He's got room for more if he ever needs it. But yeah, no, he definitely converted for her though. I don't think he decided at like 37 he's gonna become Muslim just because he decided to discover his faith. You know, late in his life. It was definitely because he met his wife. But yeah. Now let's just not mention anything to do with MVP's father, okay? But shout out for him getting a nice wife. That's one reason why I'm sad we never got Colby versus MVP. Because could you imagine the fucking press conference with that? Like, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. But it's crazy. Like, it would turn into like the biggest blood feud ever. Like, if they had a press conference for that fight, if it ever happened. I feel like I should go live more often though. I always say this. Like, I don't know if I can do events. Because sometimes I'll just be like, I'm mute. But I think I should do more live streams, just like during the week or whatever. Like, even if like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like I should do more stuff like this. Because it's not bad, you know, come on here, chat, some of the fans, some of the subscribers. And just catch base with everyone. Maybe talk about like video ideas or if anything people want me to see. But yeah, let me know if you guys like me doing these little live streams because I definitely enjoy them. You know, Otis gave me some money as well, so it's good to get my first donation. Very happy with that. And I also wanted to mention canned Campbell's chili because some guy left that comment here. Stephen left that comment here, and he told me to remember the chili. So I've just gonna say I remember canned. Jewish motivation. Well, fuck, what's the fucking thing they do? So. No. Oh yeah, shout out Quill and Sourkilled. Got the little Sourkilled shirt here I got for when he fought on Dana White Contender Series. If you protest in LA enough, we'll bring back the Commonwealth connection. Exactly. It's a long time coming. I can't remember the last time we did one. I swear it's been almost 2 years. feel like what are those people who like fucking eat in front of a camera? Like I feel like a feeder right now. I'm like, this is what my audience want to see. They want to see me eat fucking chips. When Bryce B. go, oh shit. Well, we definitely missed a lot of fucking Bryce Mitchell lore since that fight, because oh my god, it definitely went much crazier. Do you know if there will be any more Australians in Dynamite Contender Series? So there is already obviously George Mangos, Brendo Perovic from City Kickboxing will be on there. I think Isaac Thompson might get on there. He was already set to be on Dynamite Contender Series last year, but then he lost to that Tito guy. He got robbed against some Tito guy in LFA. I think Isaac Thompson's definitely trying to get on Dynamite Contender Series because they were already interested in having him last season. So he might be on there. Harry Webb might be, but Harry Webb's got a lot of injuries at the moment, so I'm not sure if he'll be cleared for Dynamite Contender Series. And I think Marwan Rahiki, he's Moroccan, but, he fights out of Australia, fights out of Lions Den. I think if he beats Gabriel Schlump, who's the last guy to beat Gene Silva, I think Marwan will probably get on week 10. I think this is probably the plan, what they're trying to do. That's why he's having a real quick turnaround in a couple of weeks. So, yeah, those are the ones I know off the top of my head that I can remember. But, yeah, Perovic, 100% confirmed. Mango's 100% confirmed. Marwan to be determined. And Isaac Thompson to be determined. But, yeah, those are the Aussies I know about Dynamite Contender Series. But, yeah, that's it. Obviously, Sean Gauchi got signed to PFL. And so did a bunch of other prospects. But, yeah. There was a Bangladeshi heavyweight who was meant to be on Contender, but he just got chinned. Yeah, I seen that. I feel bad for these guys who try and get a bit more experience and they just get fucked over. That's what happened to Isaac Thompson, actually. He went to get more experience and then he got robbed. He got clinched. He got clinch fest a little bit. And then, yeah, he lost. But he so won that fight on damage. But Douglas Brazilian guy, the Brazilian guy called Douglas, who's on a really crazy streak. The last person to beat him was fucking Isaac Thompson by KO. So hopefully Thompson gets a shot since Laurent Douglas or whatever his name is. There's so much Brazilians this year. Yeah, even Radley De Silva, the guy Mangos is fighting, he's Brazilian, but he lives in Canada, represents Canada. Larian Douglas. Yeah, the last person to beat that Douglas guy was Isaac Thompson. So I reckon he should get a shot. Because he smoked that guy. Yeah, I feel really bad for India when it comes to MMA. Because I don't know why. Their fighters can only lose in hilariously fucking bad fashion. It'd be alright if they get, maybe wrestle fucked, their wrestling's not up to par or whatever it is, but these guys are just getting smoked in the first round. And it's always in humiliating fashion. That Maman guy, yeah, that guy who rode to UFC was fucking crying. Anshul Jubli gets knocked down with the first fucking punch. The guy, like you said, the guy on the road to UFC was crying. The guy on Tough literally went out there. He was patchy mix-maxing. Went out there, no head movement. Had a good chin. I will give that Maman guy his credit. He's the one Indian fighter I've seen with a granite chin. To be fair, it is flyweight. But then he obviously gets smoked. There was a guy on road to UFC, though. A flyweight, I think it was. And he was actually not bad. He did beat somebody. He destroyed them in the first round. I think he destroyed a Filipino guy. That guy is probably the best Indian fighter. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. But he was a very athletic Indian dude. I think he was from Northeast India. And Northeast India is more similar to Bhutan, Tibet, those sort of area. So I guess he's not a traditional Indian, a Indo-Aryan type person, not northern or southern Indian. But he was very athletic, very powerful guy, especially for flyweight, but ended up losing. Douglas is the LFA champ and slept Miles John's brother last week. Yeah, he's good. He's very good. That's why I think like you got to give Thompson a shot, because if you can smoke somebody like that, like yeah, he needs his opportunity. KB Buller, yeah, that fucking guy. Holy shit. I remember when he got smoked by Tom Breeze, and then they gave him to Andre Michailidis, like to try and give up Michailidis like an easy little highlight reel, and he still went to a decision with him. And then they gave him fucking Alex Pereira his next fight. Poor guy. Hey, you can't forget the guy on what's it called? The Road to UFC, the English Indian dude. The really tall, lanky guy. Can't forget him. He'll never be forgotten. Think about Douglas. He said he had no camp for like years. I wonder if that's true, though, because obviously Ryan Span's apparently never had a fucking training camp. According to Ryan Span, he's just never trained MMA a day in his life. Because every time Ryan Span has like a fight, he's like, yeah, this is the first time I'm actually training. It's like Ryan Span, well, who the fuck are you lying to? You say this every time you win. And then when you lose, you're like, oh, I didn't lock in this fight. Seen his brother lose to a 7-7 Scottish guy in Cage Warriors last year. Jesus. Yeah, shout out to the Sahota brothers. They're taking over. They didn't come to take part. They came to take over. Anyway, I think I'm going to head off. I'm going to eat my messy ass pie, but thank you all for joining me for this, and I'll definitely do a lot more of these little streams. But shout out to Campbell's Canned Chili, because Guy told me to remember that, so I will remember Campbell's Chili. So yeah, shout out to Stephen One. I think it's true, because he's at Cubs gym and you can see the improvements. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how he does. He's fighting a pretty good guy. That Cam guy, very durable guy. Obviously got destroyed by Valhos, but still a very good guy. But anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me, and I'll see you guys next time. So yeah, peace. I'll keep this stream up too. I won't delete these. So yeah, thank you guys. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.